I'm looking at more details of the guy that was belligerent. He reportedly was bipolar. His girlfriend said he had issues. One witness said that he was a babbling idiot and he just turned his back and ignored him. Listen, again, if you weren't down there with the AR-15, this wouldn't have happened. If you weren't down there thinking that you were some kind of vigilante, this wouldn't have happened. And also, respectfully, like, who raised this kid? Why is a 17-year-old feeling like he's going to go down to a protest, not even in his own city, to, like, why shouldn't you be, getting ready for prom? I guess he went to an online school, but why are you even engaged in this way to bring your AR-15 down to a protest? Like, who raised this kid? This is just bad parenting.
But in addition to that, there have been several allegations of him basically joining online groups and, basically being somewhat militarized in that sense around stopping and quelling protests, specifically when it came to Black Lives Matter, when it came to social justice and reforming the police. So he had already, joined several groups or, was a part of these groups to a certain extent. And this was kind of buried into his psyche that he needed to jump out and he needed to do something to be able to protect and defend whiteness and that the police in his mind, because he upheld police to the highest extent, they were like God to him. The fact that people were protesting against police was something that really drove him. He wanted to ensure that, this was his ideal. You mentioned it earlier. He was in some, youth police cadet, whatever the hell it was, and had a dream of one day becoming one. And he just, fired away when it came to seeing people actually protest a lot of the wrongdoing of people in blue.
Do you remember the footage in Baltimore when there were the protests over Freddie Gray and the young man was throwing a rock and his mother came out and began slapping him and said, "Get your ass out of here"? Like, we all loved that footage and it was funny and hilarious, but it was some real talk. She said, "You're not doing this." That was a Black mother with her Black son, said, you're not throwing no rocks at police. Get your ass out of here. And was smacking him upside of his head over and over and over. Like, that's what a parent does. A parent said, protest for Freddie Gray, whatever it is, but you're not doing this. You're taking your ass home. And that's parenting. I don't know what age that young man was in that viral video years ago, but that's what you call parenting. I mean, this is just disgusting.
But if you yourself also believe in vigilante justice, if you yourself believe that the policing structure needs support, not protest, that Black people are all criminals and need to actually be treated a certain way so that you can suppress them from whatever inner urges many white supremacists believe that Black people all have, I think that we're missing somewhat of the point here, that his parents were by and large under the same belief system he was. They weren't going to stop him because they believed he was actually going out to defend police officers.
Well, how come they didn't go out there? Why'd you let your son go out there, but you didn't go out there? How come y'all didn't go out there with a family affair? How come y'all didn't go out there? I hear you, Amisha. It's just a logic. I mean, it's so illogical. It's hard for me to even comprehend. Like, it's just so wildly stupid. And now 2 people are dead and one person had his bicep shot off. It's just so ridiculous. It's deeply, deeply offensive. Like, you gotta, damn. And then don't you trust police? Why do you think your 17-year-old son is going to add more to what the police are doing? Exactly. I'm not taking responsibility off of him. I'm just saying, like, this is the problem. This is the problem in our country. We say, oh, that racist generation, they're going to die off. No, they're not. They're being passed on. It's just completely ridiculous.